Welcome to Prattle Potion, a podcast where two best friends talk about the world of gaming. We're Hilda
and Leia. Got your potion ready?
You know it. Let's start prattling. How you doing?
I'm actually doing not that great. Like, I'm okay, but I've been better, for sure.
Have I toxicated you? What? No. What is it called? Have I influenced you to feel bad? to not feel good?
Toxicated.
I am always the person.
Word of the day, everybody. It's toxicated.
Toxicated.
I think it's... Oh, whatever. Let's not get into it. No, but I was sick. I've been sick for like a week. I'm doing better now, but I'm like, my nose is a bit runny still and stuff, and it's so annoying. And also, it's such like a first world problem or whatever you say. Like, it's such a not big problem, but it's just annoying. And it's that, like, I'm kind of going stir crazy being on family leave, parental leave, whatever. It's not my thing. I have too many ideas, too many ambitions, too many things I want to do, and I'm kind of going crazy, and so
going nuts in being inside of your apartment.
Yeah, a little bit, and so me and my husband, we kind of decided that, hey, maybe he should take a parental day a week for me to have like a work day for my projects and stuff.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. But we kind of realized that we can't do that. We thought we could. Oh, it's like a whole thing because like he has to have worked for a certain amount of time before, so he can take parental leave, but it's like minimum payment.
It's not his pay.
No, it's not like exactly. It's not
thing.
like calculated from his salary. It's like what I get, and it's like we can't both get that because we won't make it. You know.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. So we decided that I'm gonna get Sundays as a work day now because I already do Prattle Potion and stuff, and it's fine, but it's like not ideal because then I need to like have a shorter weekend with my family.
Yeah.
But you know, it's whatever. It's just for until like April or May because then he can start taking proper parental days. So it's just for a few months.
Okay. So you just gotta hang in there for a little bit longer.
Exactly. But then I was planning.
I thought we were gonna have to wait for like a year more or something. It was like, and they start preschool then, don't they?
Yeah. She's gonna start preschool this fall, and I'm gonna start school this fall too.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't have to wait longer than that, but you know, still. And he has vacation before that and stuff. So you know, anyway.
That's fine.
But then I was gonna actually get myself a laptop because I really need a laptop. I'm gonna need it for school later, and I really wanted one because then I could like work in bed because it's like Pixel's kind of like she sleeps fine, but she always sleeps so much better when I'm right.
She's like, a little bed bug.
But when I'm right next to her, so when she has like a longer nap and stuff, I usually just stay in bed so she can go through this into the next sleep cycle. Whatever. And so I was like, I really want a laptop so I can like do some work with my projects, like edit videos, edit pictures, like all that stuff while I'm in bed instead of just like sitting and watching Netflix and like playing, you know, I want to use that time because I'm just sitting there anyway. So I was like, I really would like a laptop, and we had like a whole plan. And that kind of fell through yesterday. So I'm just like bummed because it's been one thing on top of the other because a few days ago we found out about the parental leave thing and now this. And I'm like just bummed that nothing's just like falling into place right now. And I've been sick for a week and it's just like a lot. So I know
everything
it's like
comes
such...
at once.
Yeah, it's such like a privileged problem, but it's just what's on my mind right now. So
it is a privileged problem. Like most of the problems that we
I can't buy a
have
laptop.
are kind of
Yeah,
privileged.
we are privileged. So
we are very privileged.
Yeah.
So the problems we have, most of them are very privileged.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
there's still problems.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Nonetheless.
Yeah. It's like my dad. I always talk about my dad. He keeps telling me, he's like, "You guys talked about me again. Stop it." You know, he doesn't
love talking
doesn't
about him.
mind it, but he's like, "You guys are gonna have to stop talking about me. You know, focus on your shit. You know, don't care about this old man." But no, my dad. He usually says like almost everything he says when he has an issue. He's like, "Well, you know, that's just like a privileged problem." You know, I'm like, "Well, we are privileged people, so that's the problems we have." You know. But yeah,
like there's obviously worse things to go through and stuff like that.
Yeah,
of course.
than not being able to buy a laptop.
There's way more worse things. Yeah. But like I had a quite nice conversation with a friend the other day, and I think in the end I kind of had to tell them that they don't have to downplay their problems. Now that the problems that we were talking about were very different, but it was still like, I think it's very common for Swedes overall. Yeah. And people overall. I think it's most people.
Yeah, but we have more experience with Swedes, so I guess.
Yeah, but I do feel like it's like an anxious person thing too. Like if you're a little bit anxious, deal with that, then you're very ready to like downplay like your problems. Yeah. So don't downplay your gut feeling.
Yeah, you're allowed to be sad and upset about stuff. Like, you don't have to compare it to people having it worse, because some people have it better. So why can't you just feel bad about it? You know,
someone out there can buy a laptop.
Exactly.
Yeah, without a problem.
Exactly.
Fuck them.
Exactly. Fuck those guys. But how are you, babe?
I am doing so well.
I love that.
I'm doing so good right now.
Oh, I love that. That like makes me so warm because of because of the like year you've had.
Yeah.
That fills my heart.
Aw, I'm so glad I can make you happy by feeling happy. No, but I've been so good the last 2-3. Have I been good for a month?
Have I been good for a month? You started working out at the gym recently and shit.
I did, and that has been so good for me.
Yeah.
I've missed it so much.
You got such energy, like just from the first time. You're like, I feel so good. This was so nice. You know, I went to the gym. It's so exciting. You know, like you were so like, this is so good. I missed this.
It's like I still get surprised every time. I'm like, oh, I worked out and now I feel great.
Yeah. Who knew?
What?
Endorphins? Who is she?
I've been like eating well too, like, and I feel good. What?
Why hasn't anybody told me about this?
Why has no one done this?
Do people know about this? It's magic.
Why are they hiding it?
Yeah.
But so I've been feeling really, really well and good with that, and I'm doing a lot of strength training that I really like. Like a few years ago, I used to train with a personal trainer. And that's kind of when I got into strength training overall. And it's so much fun. Yeah. Like, it's so much fun. So yesterday I worked out my back and my chest.
Look at you.
And so now I can't breathe. I almost... I can't breathe.
It feels so good. Like, I can't breathe, but it's nice.
No, but like after the first week at the gym, I could barely walk up the stairs. And
as it should be.
But it's like such a weird thing because it's like I can't walk up the stairs and it hurts when I sit up because of I'm aching all over. Yeah. But I feel so good.
I was so annoyed.
I feel so bad. I feel so good.
Last time I was at the gym, I was 7 or 8 months pregnant. 7 months pregnant.
I thought you were going to say that you were 7.
No, I was 7 months pregnant. Or 8. And something like that. And we went... So the changing rooms were like at the top floor and there were only stairs because, you know, it's a gym. But I'm also like heavily pregnant, so it took a while. But then my shoelace untied. No, I had put on my sneakers. for the gym, but I couldn't tie the shoelaces because stomach. So I had to go outside with untied shoelaces from the changing room and like wait for my husband because I was there with my husband. And he got to tie my shoelaces, and then a woman came up behind me and she was looking, she was like, oh my gosh, I just have to tell you, I thought it was so funny because I couldn't tell from behind that you were pregnant, so I just thought you had him whipped. Oh no, I'm just pregnant. She thought I was an adult woman just randomly making my husband tie my shoelaces.
Tie my shoes.
She was like, oh, this makes so much more sense. I was just like, oh, thank you for, God. Not seeing that from behind. That was, thank you. I don't feel as like ginormous, but I hadn't started like swelling up at that point. Like it's 7 months.
Pre-swell?
Huh?
Pre-swell?
Yeah, it was pre-swell. P.S. Pre-swell. Because, when we went to your summer place, that's when I started to like swell up. Like I was ginormous. Humongous. But yeah, that was like like 1 or 2, my last 1 or 2 months ish of pregnancy, I was like huge. So that was like before that. So
so funny.
What is me being pregnant?
No. No.
Oh, like the shoelaces. The obviously. I am great. I'm so clever.
It's so funny that you were pregnant. That's so funny to me.
You are so swollen.
Oh my god. Pre-swell, Leia.
P.S.
P.S. Leia.
P.S. Leia. So what's your Prattle Potion today, Bob?
Today I have coffee.
Yummers.
Like you've already seen.
Yeah, yummers.
It's a little peak.
Can I see the cup? Is that the IKEA one?
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about this one?
Oh, no fucking way! My voice decided to just yeet.
No fucking way!
And I have the little coaster thing too. Do you have
actually
that?
have those coasters too. How Swedish are we? But I don't. I think we actually. Oh right, no, we tossed them. We used to have them, but we tossed them because when we had rats, we let them run around on our desks, and they just started gnawing on them because they're cork.
Of course.
So they just had like rat indentations. So we were like, let's toss it.
That reminds me of like. We can take your Prattle Potion first.
Yeah, my Prattle Potion is also coffee. It's just like cold morning coffee though, but it's still coffee and it's still yummy, so fuck off.
Is it like at least like not cold? Is it like in between?
It's getting cold, but it's more tepid, I think. Is it tepid? I think it's called tepid. Like you met them.
Yeah. I was looking for that word. I think it's tepid. Come up with it. It must be. It is now.
It is now. I just heard
It is now.
Did you hear Soma?
No, but I saw him. He's like a great white shadow.
Wait, where did you see him?
Off to your left. Or you're right.
Am I right?
He was walking past.
No. Did he? Maybe he did.
He's been doing that a few times.
Oh, yeah. He's been doing... Yeah.
Yeah.
He has. Don't forget to watch on YouTube if you want to see my weird-ass cat with half a tail and issues.
The person that didn't understand that this was a cat up until now.
Naughty.
Is he naughty? Yeah.
He's being naughty. They want to climb into Pixel's carriage all the time. So
obviously,
annoying.
If I was that size, I'd do that too.
Same, to be honest. But he sheds so much.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, you wanted to say something before we hopped into the episode. You were reminded by something.
But about the rats and the indentations. Wasn't there like when I was doing nails, and when I had done your nails, and then when you came back home, you held your rats.
Yeah, and it hadn't like fully settled.
It was it was still very fresh.
So I was like, I showed you. There were like tiny like like gnaw marks on my nail.
A little taste.
I miss them.
Oh, I get reminded like every time I get a rat TikTok.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah, no, rats definitely top 3 pets of all time in my personal opinion. Like
especially amongst like what do you call it? Smågnagare.
Smågnagare. I don't know, but rodents, I guess. But okay, top 3 among rodents. I mean, that's not wow, but I'm talking like of all time. In my opinion, they are like top 3 pets you could have for sure.
They were very, very sweet.
They were.
So
anyway,
cute.
Should we hop into the episode?
Let's hop right in.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna have a shittity episode.
Love
Shittity
Love it.
episode. We're just gonna chit chat and talk because I felt like that's what I wanted to do today.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to start off with a thing now before I forget again, because this is a thing I wanted to tell you for so long. Like even before we went to the spa.
Sorry, and I'm smiling because my cat is meowing so much. You don't have to cut that out, Birk, because he's being the most annoying shit ever.
Oh, there he is. I like that we both just froze up. We were like,
he's the,
when he walked by.
Sorry, let's continue. You might have to cut some anyway, Birk, because he's like interrupting the whole thing. I'm so sorry. Continue.
It's his life, and we're just living in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, but I wanted to tell you, and at this point, I've been just thinking about telling you so much that I'm like starting to think that I've already told you.
Okay.
So I keep forgetting.
Oh, okay.
So I might have told you.
We'll see.
I don't trust myself.
We'll see.
I have watched a season of a series. I've watched Wednesday. How amazing is that? I watched Wednesday, all of it. In one sitting.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I loved it so much. I'm so hyped for season 2.
I'm dying. I don't want to freak out, but
for those who don't know,
if you guys have listened to the podcast before, we've talked about this. That Hilda doesn't watch anything else if it's not named Family Guy.
Yeah, it's Family Guy or it's Family Guy. So I'm really bad at like watching series. And it's not necessarily that I don't like the series. It's much more that I just keep forgetting to keep watching it, and then I just don't. I've watched like the first season of Game of Thrones, for example, but except for the last episode of that season. Because I forgot to watch it, and now now it's no point.
It's still a good show.
Kenny keeps telling me like it's a good show when you come to like season 3, and I'm like, what?
I can't agree with that, but that's fine.
Why am I supposed to watch a series that's not good up until season 3?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that, honestly, but I'm a fan too.
I don't know what he went off with that, but that's what
I think it's mostly because a lot of people talk about like season 1 being a bit hard to get into because there's so many names and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say like the first 2 seasons aren't good, because that's a lie. He's a liar. I'm very proud of you for watching Wednesday. That makes me really excited because I adored the show. Obviously, I think it's like, oh yeah, magic and supernatural creatures and a black dressed emo kid, like.
And it's just so perfectly Wednesday too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just. But
I
do you know
Jenna
what
Ortega.
made me watch it?
No.
Like I was up at the cabin, and me, my mom, and my dad were sitting in the living room, just chilling, and my mom was just kind of scrolling through Netflix,
as you do,
and then she saw Wednesday, and she was like, "Oh, do you guys want to watch a Wednesday episode?"
Yeah,
and we're like, "Yeah, sure, I guess." And then
it hooked. What did your parents think?
They loved it too.
Love it.
So they are also really, really hyped for season 2.
Love it.
So
cool.
I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm glad that they got. Of course, they got.
Of course, they got.
Yeah, of course. Like, and there's another series I'm looking forward to that actually, now that I think about it, might release. Oh no, it's releasing next week. I think. Have you seen on TikTok the short clips of like a British lady doing parodies of like history documentaries from BBC?
I might have.
Philomena Kunk.
No, I don't know.
I don't remember what series it's called now. It's called like Kunk on Earth. It's called Kunk on Earth. It's not her real name. No. Obviously.
I was going to say, like, that's an unfortunate name.
That's very unfortunate. But there's like, this has taken over my TikTok entirely.
Oh.
And it's just like, she's just a funny British woman that is just making these really weird claims of history towards real historians. Mm-hmm. So they interview real like historians about very like big history things.
Events.
Yeah, and she's just asking the dumbest questions, and they just looking at her like, is she for real, or
oh
is
no,
this...
I think I know, because I've seen her. She sits like an interview. They sit opposite to each other, and she just asks these like, so were they sad? Was it sad or something? You know, like just like you said, like dumb questions. I do recognize that she's got like light brown hair, right?
Yeah. With a little fringe thing. Yeah, and there's like one interview where they talk about Beethoven with like a person that is an expert on Beethoven, and she goes like, Philomena goes something like, so what did Beethoven mean when he wrote the song da 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 dum da 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 dum? Was that like a call out for his fans that they are dumb? Like, why would he write that? And the historian is like,
what?
Well, there's not really lyrics, and they really try to explain it to her.
I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. A little bit of pun intended because I'm talking about Brits, but I love British humor.
Same.
Because it's so like awkward and like I loved the British Office and stuff like that, because I love this like awkward, uncomfortable humor. Like my mother-in-law, she hates it. She hates
really?
Yeah, that's just not... She
doesn't like Monty Python and stuff like that, though.
I don't know, actually, but it's like she doesn't like that uncomfortable, awkward thing, you know. But I think it's so funny, and so the Brits do that very good, and she does. And she does, and that's like right that vibe.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
it's just so awkward.
Yeah,
but in like a good way, because I don't really like awkwardness. I feel a lot with but I think it's more like in movies and stuff when it's like awkward. I feel a lot of that with the characters and stuff, and I don't like it. But when it's like this, it's just, she's taken over my TikTok, and she's taken over my life.
I love it.
And I realized it's coming to Netflix at the end of January, so it will be released when this episode released.
Cool.
So we're gonna watch that. So I've been trying to not spoil myself too much, but it's
spoil it for yourself.
Spoil it for myself.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying not to spoil myself too much.
I will not spoil myself
Gotta
too
pamper
much
inside.
with Philomena Kunk and Kunk on Earth.
Kunk.
Not spons.
Not spons. Yeah, good.
Not
good for
spons.
you to know, like,
not
say
spons.
that, just so people really know that we're not sponsored.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I'm actually really proud of myself that I got through.
Yeah, look at you. I'm proud of you.
The only thing is, like, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know how they released. Did they release like one episode a week, or did they release everything
Wednesday?
at once? Yeah.
No, I think that was all at once. That's kind of Netflix thing. They were kind of first with that, and I feel like they stayed on that trend. I know a lot of people jumped on that thing where they just released a full season. But we were like actually having a conversation about this the other day, me and my husband, about how that trend kind of died down, and Netflix is kind of the only one doing the whole full season release thing now. And I think that's because they've realized that, like, say House of the Dragon, for example. I I have HBO like sometimes because they have like The Office, Game of Thrones, like stuff like that. And Swedish Netflix does not have The Office. They do sometimes not. So
it's weird.
It's annoying as fuck. But so I got HBO again because I wanted to follow House of the Dragon. So say House of the Dragon was like 7-9 episodes, I can't remember. And instead of me and my husband binging that in like a week, our subscription lasted for 3 months for them instead of 1 month, you know. So I think that's kind of why, because that's kind of like, that just makes more financial sense for them because they get people to stay longer.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense in a business perspective, but I hate having to wait for episodes. I hate it. Like we're watching now The Last of Us.
Are you liking it?
It's so good. It is really good. I haven't played the game. I've watched a playthrough before, like bits and pieces, not the whole thing. My husband hasn't played it either. He's watched a playthrough as well because it's not like my type of game. You know, we've talked about this. We prefer like RP, make your own character types of games. It's just too story focused and driven for me. But I enjoyed the story, and I also this might not be a well-known fact about me, because I hate horror and stuff, but I actually really enjoy zombie stuff and like apocalypse stuff. It's weird, because like I really liked
own genre.
No, but I really enjoy like, you know, The Walking Dead. Not like I haven't watched all 1,000 seasons, but I really like The Walking Dead. I also enjoy zombie comedy, so like Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead and stuff. Love them.
Those are good.
Yeah,
love those.
But so this was actually kind of right up my alley. I think it's like a fun, interesting genre or whatever. And we watched the first episode, and it's such like a shot for shot remake almost of the game, but like in such a good way. And I've heard of what's his name? Is it Pascal? Pablo Pascal, right? Yeah. And Bella Ramsey, Bella Ramsey, good. Both Game of Thrones.
Don't know why I know that.
Yeah,
but I do.
I'm kind of surprised. But their names have been like everywhere now. But you know, both Game of Thrones actors, which I love. They're both great actors.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Pablo Pascal played Martel. Oh my gosh, what's his first? Whatever. He's like whatever. It's not going to
all the characters.
It's not going to tell you anything. But anyway, he's like a he's do you know okay, spoiler for those of you who haven't seen all of Game of Thrones, but he's the character who got famous for dying while fighting the mountain, and it was kind of famous when he died because he like pressed his eyes out.
Eyes?
Yes. Yeah, he's the one that dies like that. Oh. And then Bella Ramsey plays Lyanna Mormont, and she's like a really, really young lady of her house. So she's like the lady of her house, but she's like really young because her parents died and stuff. And she's like, she was known for being like this badass girl, but she was so young. And her death was like she was crushed by a giant, and everybody was so sad when that happened.
I kind of remember this too. I feel like this is something that
the big stuff that happens, it's like a bit general.
Everyone,
like you know it kind of, even though you haven't watched the show. Anyway, so
I know most of the show without having watched the show.
But so they were in Game of Thrones. And so I enjoy them as actors. They're really good in the roles of The Last of Us.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah, people are really excited about it. I really like it anyway. And we watched the first 2 episodes. And as of this recording, the next episode will be released in 2 days for us. Because it's released like Sunday night at 3 a.m. here. So it's
it also like HBO?
Yeah, so it's HBO once a week. So I hate that because it's a really exciting show. You know, there's a lot of like cliffhanger vibes after the episodes. So, but it's a good show.
that is like why I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
How but I'm glad that
Wednesday
Netflix
is
still...
I think Wednesday was the full season in one go.
I'm glad.
But also I'm unsure because I feel like a few shows have started doing the whole, like, they release the first 3 episodes and then 3 new episodes in next week. So it's not like a full season at once, but it's still like binge.
Yeah,
you can binge a little bit, you know?
Yeah, half binge.
So just checking, are we talking about shows?
Yeah.
This episode, we're not just going up
track. It turned into that.
Yeah. No, but you said we were gonna chit chat, so I was like, did you have
I'm just going with
because I kind of I love shows, so this is kind of fun. Like, we're talking about gaming and stuff usually, but this is like the nerdy theme, so I'm all good with us talking a little bit about shows.
Then I need to actually drop a show.
Oh, okay.
Now that you reminded me,
I also, if we're talking about shows, I have something to talk about. So who goes first?
I'll go first.
You go first.
I'll go first. Dragon Age Absolution. Bomb. But I think it's not as good if you're not into Dragon Age.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's very much a Dragon Age fan.
Yeah. Show.
Show.
Yeah.
It's there's so much like hints for after the Inquisition. It takes place after Inquisition, the game. So they talk a lot about that, and they mention like names that you will recognize, and also things from like Dragon Age 2, which is like I won't spoil anything, but it's just like
a vibe.
For me, that I was like shaking when I was watching it, because I was like, this is so fucking good. I really, really hope they get a season 2.
I love that. I hope so too. Where can you watch it?
Netflix, and it's like in a style of Castlevania.
Cool.
It's like that kind of style, like animated, drawn, kind of.
Love it.
So recommend if you like fantasy stuff, and it's kind of cute characters too. It give off quite a Dungeons and Dragons feel.
Yeah, cool.
To be honest,
love that.
But I really like it.
Love that. I mean. A show you were excited about but maybe felt a little bit disappointed by, wasn't that the Lord of the Rings one? I have not watched that. I'm just not interested. I don't think it looks good.
I was so excited
for it.
Yeah,
you were talking about it for years. You started talking about it when we were like in high school.
Yeah, I was like, fuck
it's like 5 years left, but I'm so ready, you know?
This is going to be the series for me.
Yeah.
And then I kind of...
It looks fan-made.
I saw the trailer, and I felt like this is not Lord of the Rings.
No, it looks fan-made.
It does.
It looks like a YouTube group who got together and they were like, oh my god, let's make like a Lord of the Rings prequel vibe. Let's do it. And I mean, it looks fan-made. I'm sorry.
I haven't watched much of it after that. Kenny, like... walked me through the first episode, because apparently the first episode is very much like they kind of just tell you where in time you are and what characters there are.
It's just an introduction.
Yeah. So he kind of walked me through that, and I just did not feel the urge to keep watching. So I was just like,
I think it's so funny that they released 2 such anticipated shows from such big franchises at the same time, because Lord of the Rings was airing parallel to House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, it was.
And I was like sure that Lord of the Rings would do so much better, and maybe House of the Dragon, because that was like, House of the Dragon is based on like a history book. You know, it's not like a proper laid out story like the Song of Ice and Fire series. And I feel like House of the Dragon just did so much better. Like, they just won a prize for that show. Like, they like so much. Like,
they won a prize?
Yeah, they won a prize, and the actors and stuff, they got like, you know, you saw them all over TikTok.
Oh yeah.
You know,
isn't that the Doctor? Is it him?
Oh yeah, Matt Smith.
Yeah,
he's in that.
Yeah. I know him.
And when I can't remember the actor's name. But the actor that plays Rhaenyra, when they did the interview, or an interview, they were talking about their drinks and stuff, and the actor playing Rhaenyra was like talking about like, what's your drink? Like, a Negroni with something, and that became like a Prosecco
in it.
Yeah, and that became like a TikTok sound. Like they were so like all over the internet and stuff. Emma Darcy, I think their name is. I think their name is Emma. Anyway, but so, they became so hyped. I do not know anything about the actors in the Lord of the Rings series. I don't actually know the name of the series. Ring of Power? Is that it?
It's Ring of Power.
Okay.
I had to look it up on IMDb because I was
don't
curious.
Know the actors. I don't know the characters. I don't know anything. Like, where was the press? Like, I feel like House of the Dragon Gang did, like, press shit. I don't know. Anyway, it feels sucky that flopped because it was so hyped.
Yeah,
or maybe it didn't technically flop, but I feel like it was not as hyped as.
I think it got overshadowed a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it got 6.9 on IMDb, which I feel like.
Can you look up House of the Dragon?
I'm not sure that's so good. House.
I mean, it's fine, but it's not great for maybe Lord of the Rings franchise.
Yeah. House of Dragon got 8.5.
Yeah.
So that is very good.
Yeah.
I'd say, actually.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So that says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
But that's actually not the show I wanted to talk about, because I do feel a bit passionate about a certain show. Okay. So this might be... Some people will agree with me. Some people will disagree. That's more than fine. This is my personal opinion. I am a seasoned Scooby-Doo fan. I love Scooby-Doo. I eat that shit up. I eat that shit up. Like, I love Scooby-Doo. I've had I have strong opinions about like a lot of stuff about Scooby-Doo. Like, I love Scooby-Doo. I'm getting a Scooby-Doo tattoo in the future. I've got Scooby-Doo stuff. I love Scooby-Doo. I had a rat named Shaggy. I love
Shaggy.
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 And so I was like, oh, fun. Like, I'm a very traditional Scooby-Doo fan, so I love the old series. I do like the non-animated movies because I grew up with them a bit. But, I'm very picky otherwise. But, like, I'm open to, like, I think it's Mystery Incorporated or whatever, which is, like, one of the newer shows where it's, like, a little bit, a bit more, like, Daphne's a bit ditzy and a little bit, whatever. It's like they changed some characteristics with the characters, which I'm fine with. Be creative, play around, that's fine. But I watched the first 2 episodes of the Velma series. And let me tell you,
oh my
God, hot garbage this show is. Oh shit! Like, listen,
I don't think people will disagree with you.
I love Mindy Kaling. I think she's a very talented woman, actress, writer, director, like all the shit she does. I like Mindy Kaling a lot. And she had a big role in making this show. So I'm disappointed that I hate the show so much. But listen, if you're making... I know. Oh, no. You know what? I saw the other day, the Velma show has become the worst rated show, animated show of all time on IMDb. Now, it's like 1 point something. The worst animated show of all time on IMDb. I'm not joking. What is it? It's 1 point...
1.3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
No joke. So listen... I think their big fault, like, I think it's fun when they play around with characters. They made Daphne Asian. They made Velma black, they also Shaggy's black. They played around with the characters a lot with, like, their ethnicities, their backgrounds, their some of their personality stuff. I wasn't a big fan of some parts of it. Like, Velma's just way too, like, aggressive for my vibe. And, I'm actually kind of enjoying the character of Shaggy. Like, it's like funny because he's like anti-drugs, but he talks about it like he's like, like, oh, I hate drugs, but it would be kind of funny if I tried to, like, imagine me being, like, such a drug, he's kind of like,
oh, okay.
It's almost like the stereotype of the people who are like, they hate gay people so much. You're like, are you actually closeted homosexual?
Are
that
you
vibe?
actually though?
And that's kind of the vibe, and it's really funny that way. But it's like they made Fred this really spoiled, unlikable character. Daphne, I'm okay with her character. She's like got some depth, and she's like adopted, so she wants to find out about her adoptive family, stuff like that. And she like sells drugs on the side, like it's a whole bunch. But the thing is, I think their big mistake in the show is that they ruined the group dynamic. Like the heart and soul of remaking Scooby-Doo is whatever you do with the characters need to be a group.
Working together.
They need to be like, we need that bond.
They need
between
that glue.
Them. Yeah, exactly.
Together. Yeah.
And especially, we need that glue called Scooby-Doo, because he's not in the show. So
is he not there?
No, because this is supposed to be like before they became the Scooby Gang or whatever.
But
they made all the characters like so unlikable. We're missing the fucking dog. They're not a group dynamic. Like, it's just odd. So that's the vibe. I know they made like a weird, I think it was like a low budget movie a few years ago, where they also, I think they were first with like playing around with the ethnicities of the groups. I think like Velma was Asian or something, and I'm not sure. But that's also when they like did not have the dog Scooby, in the movie. But I think he was technically in the movie, but it was like in 1 or 2 shots, and it was like really badly animated or something. I'm unsure. But I think a lot of those shows trying to do a thing without Scooby and trying to change the characters, they need the glue, which is the group dynamic, and Scooby.
What? Where does he come from then? Do you know that like the Scooby-Doo lore of where does he come from?
I think a few different movies do it a little bit differently, because I think there's one show which is like Scooby was with Shaggy before the group became a dynamic, but also I think a few shows, including the non-animated movies, I believe, I think the group adopts, or I think like Shaggy technically adopts Scooby, but while they are a group. So I'm unsure which is what is like canon, but basically
they do it differently.
Yeah, I think they're all friends when they get Scooby.
Okay, so it could happen that in the end of like the season,
for sure,
Velma, that Scooby shows up.
Yeah, for sure. But
they kind of need him now.
I watched the 2 first episodes, and I will not continue watching because I hated it.
I've just seen like a few scenes.
I just want to say, I do like the vibe that it's like a little bit darker. Like there's like murder, blood, like it's drugs, like all that. I think it's funny, and I like that concept, but because it's like it appeals a bit to us who grew up with Scooby-Doo in the 90s or early 2000s in a way, but otherwise I'm like, leave me alone, it's just not the vibe.
No, I've just seen like a few scenes of it, and people have been, of course, just shitting on it on Twitter.
Yeah, no, it's hot garbage.
I'm
sorry.
No, I've just so much hate around this one.
Yeah.
And the scenes I've seen have been like, is this supposed to be Velma? Like, it doesn't remind me of her personality. She's
so, like, aggressive.
Yeah.
And mean. And, like, she has these, like, hallucinations and stuff, which I think is an interesting concept and whatever. And her story is kind of interesting. Yeah. But she's just so, like, she doesn't care about people's feelings. Like, I feel like she's very cold. I don't know. I think that's... I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird. I had high hopes for this, especially for you.
Yeah.
Because I felt like this would be
I was excited for it, because I was like, this is an interesting take on it.
Like, they could have made Scooby-Doo like a puppy.
Yeah.
like Shaggy's Popey.
Yeah.
But no.
No. So that's a vibe.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Well, we got other series we can watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
a lot of the other ones we've talked about.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was the insinuated one.
No, like new ones. Like, can you recommend me any series?
Oh my god,
that's tough.
I would have said Wednesday if you weren't like, because I really enjoyed Wednesday.
Already watched it.
Yeah, and I'm so glad. But I definitely think you should give Last of Us a go.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I've only heard good things.
Yeah.
And I've, only good things.
Yeah.
And it looks like when the small scenes and trailers and stuff I've seen looks great.
Yeah.
And like the gaming community seems to be very much like in favor of this one.
I like the episodes because they're kind of like movies almost, because they're all like 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, that's long.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that might be too long for me.
See? So you're like, do you recommend any other shows? I'm like, yeah, welcome to my life. I don't do anything else than recommend shows to you that you never watch. So I don't know why I should do that, you know?
And as soon as I said it, I was like, but I'll probably not watch.
Yeah, exactly. Why would I? Don't waste my time, bitch.
the times when I do get into a series, it's because of pure accident.
Yeah. You have to like force you.
Did you know I've watched 4 seasons of Supernatural?
What? You have?
Yeah. Way back.
Look at you. It's a good show. I love Supernatural.
Yeah. I loved it. And then I just stopped watching.
Yeah. So
and then I never came back.
That's why I was like, are we talking about shows today? Because
it turned into that.
Yeah. Did you have another plan?
No.
Okay, great.
I just wanted to tell you about Wednesday, and then it just turned into this. So.
No, I love that. I love talking about shows. And listen, you guys. Yeah, I mean, listen.
That's why I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
I watched Wednesday.
Listen, if you guys want us to talk about other stuff than gaming, I mean, we talk about gaming, and that's always going to be the main focus. But if you guys wouldn't mind us talking about, like, just other nerdy stuff, like shows, movies, books, like all that stuff, sometimes let us know down below, like if this was fun to listen to, because I love TV shows. It's my jam. If it's not like, gaming is my number one hobby or whatever, but shows are like the second place. Like, I love TV shows. I love them. I watch them. I binge. I comfort watch. Like, you have like one comfort show. I have like 10. So like, you know, it's I would love to talk more about shows. That's for sure. I can give recommendation list for shows as well. I can do it all, Beach. We're good.
I just say TV shows, and you go, la.
Let's talk about that.
Talk.
But yeah, I think this might be a good time to round off the episode, baby, right?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. TV shows, right?
Let's talk about
TV shows. But like... I was gonna say,
we're getting tired, and it's like 11. No, it's midday.
It's 12 a.m. 12 p.m. I mean,
Saturday.
I was gonna say, but guys, don't remember.
Don't remember us.
Please.
Don't go click on our Spotify or YouTube links.
Exactly.
Don't go to our Instagram to see pictures and stuff. Don't do anything. And we still haven't uploaded to TikTok.
No. You guys, we need to end this episode right now. Don't forget to check out the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud for your listening needs. Instagram and Twitter, socials, TikTok. Who are we kidding? And
who is she?
Hang out with us over on Discord. Guys, we need to end this episode. We love your faces so much.
Take care.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.